Hi everybody, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for Monday the 9th of September going through until Sunday the 15th of September 2019. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to give you a daily rundown of what is happening this week in terms of the astrology and how you're going to be affected. These weekly horoscopes are for all signs of the zodiac, because what I do is I look at what relationships the planets form, as above, so below, and how they impact all of us here on Earth. If you want to see specifically in what area of your life this energy drops into, look at the monthly horoscope for your sun sign and for your rising sign. That will give you the area of your life this is happening in, so in career or in romance or in money. My horoscopes are based on UK time, so just be aware of that if you're somewhere else on the planet. And I've had a look at what the planets are doing in the sky this week, and the key word that kept coming up was transformation. Transformation and change. So hold up to all the big Earth signs out there. There will be change this week, so kind of grin and bear it. I know you don't like change, but you're gonna have to go with the flow a little bit this week for you to be able to make the most of it, okay? So let's start on Monday the 9th of September. We've got the moon going into Aquarius at 9:25 in the evening. And Aquarius is a very humanitarian sign. It's about thinking and learning and being of service. It's really harmless and it's giving. So the moon is the most sensitive part of who you are, remember? So you feel generous and like you want to help others. The Aquarius moon sextiles Chiron in Aries. Chiron is an asteroid, and Chiron is the wounded healer in astrology. In the mythology, Chiron was the centaur who taught medicine to all of the other gods, and then ironically he was the one who couldn't be saved and who died, and he kind of gave up his life for someone else. So the energy on Monday is a really interesting day, because what I would suggest you do on Monday is that you do a good deed for someone and you don't get found out doing it. By giving that way and not receiving in return, or not wanting to receive in return, you create an imbalance in the world, in the universe, and that emptiness where your thank you ought to be is going to be filled with more self-love and healing for yourself. Because every time you do something like that, it's just for you. You're doing a good deed and the other person never knows where that came from. So it's about you completely. And you feel proud of yourself for the good things that you do in life. That's how to build self-esteem, by doing things that you're proud of. So this is a neat little trick to remember, not just for today, but always. I mean, I'm taking mental notes here as I'm reading this, because next time I want to get out of my own head and feeling bad about myself. I'm going to do a good deed for someone in my life and make sure they don't find out who that is. And that way I can feel better and I love myself even more. And that other person benefits from it too. Tuesday the 10th of September, we've got the sun in Virgo. So again, with the sun in Virgo, give yourself a break. You know, this isn't the easiest time of the year. It's very, very self-critical. You're really focused on what your flaws are. It's almost like I can't hide from myself anymore at all. It's tricky. So first of all, transformation, yes, is the key word for the week, but give yourself some time and a break as well. Don't just peck at yourself until you're like going out of your mind. Easy does it, and be kind to yourself. On Tuesday the 10th of September, the sun in Virgo opposes Neptune, the dream planet, in Pisces. So Earth versus fantasy, reality versus imagination and spirituality. The Aquarius moon sextiles Chiron still, So this humanitarian angle to heal yourself is still there. And Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and that squares Uranus and Taurus. So again, on Tuesday, use your grounded, earthy energy to be of service to others and don't be self-critical. It's like receiving the self-love on Monday. You can do the same thing by being of service to others and being proud of yourself. If you don't do anything, that critical Virgo eye is going to turn on yourself and it's going to say, are you good enough? Why aren't you doing this? Why is this not more effective? So do the best you can and then just give it a rest. If your own head goes after you, like in the way I've just described, why aren't you working harder? Then that's to be expected here on Tuesday because of the Virgo kind of obsession to make everything perfect. But just because you think something doesn't make it true, remember? If Virgo wants absolutely everything perfect, then you realize, hey Virgo, hang on a minute, there's no such thing as perfection. So don't believe everything that comes into this little noggin here, okay? It's not all true. Wednesday the 11th of September, the Aquarius moon sextiles Jupiter, the good luck planet, which is in Sagittarius, and it quincunxes, which is also a harmonious relationship, the Virgo planets. All of your personal planets are pretty much in Virgo at the moment. Mars, the Sun, Mercury, and Venus, and they're all in Virgo. So on Wednesday the 11th, the solution to your problem is to socialize and to have fun with others and to heal others. So use this critical eye that you've had all week and use it to help and support others. So if someone's being put into a council house and you go visit it with them when they go to view it, and there's mold in the wall and that person who it's supposed to be for has low self-esteem and is just happy to have a roof over their head, and they say, yeah, okay, I'll take it, but you're there with them and you say, hang on a minute, no, we're not going to let you live somewhere with mold in the walls. We're going to go back to the council and we're going to find something more appropriate for you, okay? So that's Virgo energy at work to help someone else. Now, any of you lawyers watching, you're really going to be in top form. You're formidable in your observations. So also judges, doctors, detectives, psychologists, anyone who's trying to get to the root cause of the problem, you guys and your observations are going to be invaluable this week because like an emotional truffle pig, you get to the source and the root of the issues. So aim the Virgo energy in a way that is helpful to others, and that especially on Wednesday is important because you can really help, and if you don't really help, you just really tear into yourself, and we don't like tearing into ourselves. It's not helpful. You don't learn from self-criticism, you learn from self-love. So I hate my posture, I'm always slouching. That doesn't make you walk up straight. What makes you walk up straight is, I can hold my head up high because I'm proud of myself and I'm going to walk up straight, and it naturally changes your posture. On the 12th of September, Thursday, we have the moon going into Pisces finally. So from Monday to Wednesday, we have the moon in Aquarius, the sign of the humanitarian. It's also an air sign, so expect the first half of the week to be dry, communicatively effective, and also really just trying to use information, not take it personally, and use it to help others. So when the moon goes into Pisces at 9:53 in the morning, on Thursday the 12th, you're going to be much more in your feelings. The Pisces moon sextiles Uranus and Taurus. So Uranus is chaos and energy and unpredictability and the miraculous. In Taurus, it's physical. It can create drama and ups and downs and uncertainty and physical things. Like Brexit, for instance. Who knows what's going on there? It's uncertainty. So it's interesting because the last time Uranus was in Taurus was in the 1930s during the Depression, where there was no certainty financially. No one had anything. And Uranus and Taurus is now going to create an abundance in wealth in the world. We're getting into mundane astrology here, where you use the planets to predict what's going on in the world. But we're either going to see a time of great financial transformation or chaos in did I say what I meant to say? I don't know what I said a moment ago, but what I meant to say is that we're either going to see great financial transformation for the better, or we're going to see financial chaos. But with this recipe on Thursday the 12th, your spiritual energy is really high because of the moon in Pisces, and you can easily transform that energy into physical energy, and you are able to build a bridge between your own thoughts and ideas and turn them into actual, physical, tangible objects that you can create. So this is the day for the writers, the artists, the sculptors, the florists, the jewelry designers, the architects, the engineers, the musicians, the composers, the yoga instructors who are downloading new ways of teaching and connecting with that Shakti energy. Anything where you're creating, and all of us create all the time because we're all manifesting all the time. On Thursday, there's just this constant pumping out of your spiritual energy, which is being, think of it as, you know, those, when you put the meat in the top and you grind it and you get minced meat out the back. Not a particularly pleasant image, but you take your, you take all of this spiritual energy, you put it in that, you grind it, and out come good ideas, practical ideas that you can use in a physical sense. So if you want to start anything new, or if you want to create, Thursday is your day to create and to be a magician in your life who makes magical, wonderful things happen. Friday the 13th of September. Friday the 13th, usually associated with bad luck. Not exactly sure why. 1 and 3 is 4. It's stability, if anything. So Friday the 13th, I don't believe is a bad luck day. This Friday the 13th, Mercury, the communication planet, is in Virgo. It rules Virgo, so it's very happy there. And it conjuncts Venus, the planet of love and beauty, in Virgo. And Venus does not love being in Virgo, because Venus is the goddess of love. And in Virgo, it's like, are you loving me perfectly? Is this love, with the breakfast I brought you in bed, was that perfect? Or did I miss the orange juice? It's like, oh, just love me already. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just chill. You know, don't be so obsessive. The sun in Virgo, we're really in Virgo season here. It trines Pluto and Capricorn, so the changes that you observe and that you then make to yourself can make real changes in the way you approach and see the world and the way you work with the world. Mars, ambition and drive and desire, that's in Virgo, and it opposes your Neptune in Pisces. So ambition and drive in a physical sense versus fantasies and dreams. The moon in Pisces opposes the sun in Virgo and Mars in Virgo. So as you can see, we've got this standoff between water and earth, which isn't bad because they're both feminine elements and they're both about receiving. So on Friday, anything that you love or that you put love into will have the opportunity to transform and to take on a life of its own. So it's time to act. So it's an extension of Thursday the 12th, where you're really meant to be the creator, and something that you create is going to transform itself into this thing that has a life of its own. So you're just the facilitator. You're like the Dr. Frankenstein to your monster. You're just the person who's making it a reality. You're just the one who's facilitating this dream to become a reality in your life. On Saturday the 14th of September, we have the full moon in Pisces, which is also known as the harvest moon, because we're at the end of summer here. The moon goes into Aries later on that day at 10:34 in the evening. Mercury, the communication planet, goes into smooth and elegant Libra. And Mars, the male ambition planet, that still sits in Virgo, very prim and proper, and it opposes Neptune in Pisces. So I'm going to do a full separate video on the full moon in Pisces, just to give you an idea of what it's about. Full moon is when the moon reaches its monthly completion point and it showers us with its energy. It lets go, and it's giving us all this Pisces energy, which is self-sacrificing, spiritual, creative, imaginative, nurturing, loving, family-oriented, self-sacrificing, all of those things. So around the 13th, 14th, 15th, because it's a build-up and you know, it's strong when it wanes as well. I don't think it's just at that full moon moment. I think it's during the build-up and the waning as well that this energy is strong. You're going to feel very self-sacrificing, and you're going to put other people first. So check the monthly horoscope for your sun sign and your ascendant to see what this means for you specifically, what house this full moon is occurring for your sun sign, and then you can see what area of your life is going to have an effect on you. So if this sense of self-sacrifice and this sense of love and imagination, and the full moon happens in your 5th house as a Leo, let's say, then this full moon, this giving, this selflessness happens in your 5th house of romance, and you're going to be able to just shower your partner with unconditional love. If it happens in your 11th house, then it's about showing the love to your friends and being giving and kind and generous. It is Virgo season, so the suspicion is always on anyway. But during this super generous full moon, make sure who you're giving things to and what that balance is. Do I give to get, especially to get people to like me? That's a big no-no. If you ever have to get people to like you, or if you ever find yourself working towards getting people to like you, you're on the path to hell, seriously. Because people either like you or they don't. And if you have to work to get people to like you, no, those are not real friends. You're only going to hurt yourself. So, so check out the houses in the monthly videos to see what area of your life this full moon is going to sit in and affect you. On Sunday the 15th, we've got the Aries moon conjuncting Chiron in Aries, the wounded healer. So they're both in Aries now, that's good. And they square Saturn, which is the planet of structure and security, and that's in Capricorn. So Sunday, again, is really interesting. This is a day where you'll be changing and transforming into a higher vibration because of this overall positive week where you've been of service to other people and where you've helped other people, and you haven't obsessed about your own problems, but instead you've made time for other people and helped them, creating a lot of good energy and karma for yourself. So this last day, reading between the lines is the key to winning this week, okay? If you self-obsess and you're just inward looking and you're like, what about me, then you're not gonna win, okay? If you're self-sacrificing, because remember, both Aquarius, the water bearer, and Pisces, the fish, they're both very spiritual, they're both very selfless, they're very giving. And the whole week, Monday to Wednesday, we're in Aquarius, and then we're in Pisces until late Saturday, where the moon goes into Aries. So pretty much most of the week is in Aquarius and Pisces. Both signs are about selflessness and caring and giving. So that's the trick. If you care and give, and if you put yourself others first, then you're going to get that back from people you've been kind to. Whether you get that back straight away or in a month or 2 years down the road, doesn't matter. It's a time of building something good for the future, and there's a personal sense of transformation happening within you, which facilitates this jump to the next plateau of your personal evolution and development. So congratulations, have a wonderful week. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my personal readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. If you have any questions, I can answer them. So just head over to gregoryscott.com to order your private reading. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video and share it online. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll speak to you for the Daily Tarot next week for this weekly horoscope. And also check out the monthlies for your sun sign and your rising sign, and also the yearlies. So there are lots of things to look at, as well as the video on the full moon in Pisces, which I'm gonna look at next. So enjoy the week, have a fabulous couple of days, and I'll speak to you soon.